If you've just tuned in, this is 102.5 FM Sound Art Radio. This is The Word Cafe with Julie Mullen. We are now going to be launching a book. This is very exciting. So let's have a little bit of music as the backdrop to introduce you to poet Susan Taylor. Susan Taylor, poet, has been weaving words since she was 16 when she left school. And that's too many years to reflect upon on an early spring day. An ex-shepherd from Lincolnshire, she now lives on Dartmoor, and on the moor's windswept landscapes have drawn her to the wild side. So she's now a devotee of wolves. Loba Speaks for Wolf is her 9th poetry collection, out soon from Burning Eye Books.
Hello Julie, and hello everyone. I'm very pleased to be here on the Word Cafe on this special occasion when I'm launching a new book, Loba Speaks for Wolf. It's coming very soon from BX3, which is part of Burning Eye. I'd like to take you back really in time to me and Totnes, a little story from way back when I was walking down the high street and I met a friend, and her name is Anne Ward, and she told me about another new book, a new book then, called Women Who Run with the Wolves, by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. This sounded very exciting, and I went off to the Arcturus bookshop to get my copy. I opened the book, and this is what I read in the foreword by Pinkola Estes. We are all filled with a longing for the wild. There are few culturally sanctioned antidotes for this yearning. We were taught to feel shame for such a desire. We grew our hair long and used it to hide our feelings. But the shadow of wild woman still lurks behind us during our days and in our nights. No matter where we are, the shadow that trots behind us is definitely 4-footed. Lots unfolded from reading this book. It's a wonderful book of ancient tales. And the short work on Loba in there just inspired me very, very much. I began writing poems for her. I'd like to start with 2 poems. One actually is from before that time and was the first poem where a wolf snuck in. And the other one is a really new poem which was added to the book at the last minute. So here's the new poem. We're going out of town into the forest. The forest crier's call. Hear ye, the children of the night. Oh yeas, the gatekeepers. Hear ye, the wolves round about. Oh yeas, the game changers. Hear ye, hear ye, the guardians of the forest. So that's what we need. We need forest criers, not just town criers. That's what I reckon. My poem from way back, where the wolf snuck in, is called The Boulder in the Room. I was very fortunate to live in a house, an ancient house. I love old houses. And this one was built over a stone. This is a big stone, and it was in the wall, the front wall. You could see it from the outside, and the whole load of it rested in the lounge. The Boulder in the Room. This house has an uncommon boulder, neither in nor out of doors, but spanning both. You could fancy there's a threshold there, not necessarily to the normal outside. A link to the valley where all the boulders ring with half-heard cadences, just as they did when trees formed a full cape for the spirit born of forest, and no man dare to tear their branches down. We're left with shimmering garlands around the faces of the waterholes we've ripped out of the sky. Let's not be strict on how far back it was when this land was fair and forested. Sacred acorns and keys of ash are turning to their revival in our soils. When you care enough to rest your head up on this rock, shut your eyes and slumber against its old grey. You can hear the layers of dreams gone hard begin to soften. An image strikes you like an axe, so you jump a whole life in your sleep. Swearing you should be dead, you cross back the threshold and thank your lucky stars. When all you can remember is how the rock went through you, take good care to sit by it often, as it curls up in the front wall like a wolf asleep. It is a head of creature earth, the eye of ancient storm, a waymarker. So moving forwards again, I had a lovely set of poems which became a show. This show was a collaboration with my inspiring friend Jade Moon of Bonesong. She continues to bring the La Loba spirit into the solo work she shares now. And the show was called La Loba Enchanting the Wild, and that's the basis, really, of the heart where this book comes from. And they were about La Loba in all kinds of situations, but not actually the little heart of what Estes was writing. And so it was decided that I had feedback that I should kind of have an introduction to all these wild encounters. And the introduction turned into a poem. Let the song come through. There is a time called mountain time. It is a single breath, the career of a raindrop as it runs through river fingers into ocean wave, the stretch of a wolf's life, the epoch it takes for starlight to earth out of the dark. There's also time called forest time. It's the comfortable bedding in of a layer of peat on a foothill, the mysterious erection of a toadstool. The moment, that one moment, each of us draws in our waking breath. The capsule of power in human voice that carries word, phrase, myth, stray story, wandering poem, and lands it safe and sound as the thud of a pine cone when it drops on the forest floor. On this margin where forest clings to the sheer face of a mountain, a woman juggles bones in shafts of starlight. Then she places them in the shape that makes a wolf, lying down beside them beneath a blanket spun of star silk. The air and all there is there shimmers, everything glistening as it listens, while this lady bright draws the breath of midnight into her frame to catch the movement of the moment on her lips, and let the song come through, no longer wolf of bones, but wolf complete and breathing in the radiance around them. A night as clear as this one is a precious cloth unfurled, releasing the untold, unknown, an other time, an other side. Not make-believe, just make-believe our medicine woman's changeable. She's more than woman now. The wolf more than a wolf. Whatever this is, they vanish in a glancing sleeve of forest time. The song comes through. So there she is, La Loba, building a beautiful wolf creature from the bones she finds, then singing over the skeleton, bringing the muscle, the flesh, the pelt, and the heart all back into process and life. This is perhaps where it would be good for me to mention the Mexican wolf. The Mexican wolf is the lobo, the female is the loba, and so they're directly connected into this work. A purebred wolf of ancient lineage, much threatened, very, very endangered. There were 12 couples left in the wild, sadly. There is a campaign to get the wolf back into Mexico, not so much into Mexico, into New Mexico. A radical breeding program, spearheaded by the Wolf Conservation Center in New York, was introduced to get these wolves back into nature. And it's going on right now. Profits I make from this book, it seemed the right thing to do to donate them to this centre. They also gave me the cover for the book, which is a wonderful picture of a loba howling. You can find a link to pre-order the book, and that's on my website, www.susantaylor.co.uk. Time to do an animated poem now, I think. So the story behind this one is that I wanted to be at the place where La Loba did the magic. So it's called The Making of Wolf. I give these lips swish, wolf kiss, wolf kin, wolf kiss. Imagine an image of lips tip to zip up a life path. This lip on this lip. Imagine the image swish. Wolf kiss, wolf kin, is kiss, kiss, kiss of life. Animation running on imagination merges, emerges. Surge of emotion stirs notion of motion. This is, wishes, wishes, wishes. Swish, wolf wish, fulfillment. Tip lip to lip tip, together, well into swell, willing to dwell in moments pursued, purse to tell of momentum, swish, wolf ish is momentous, tell well the kill, stand still, swish, wolfish will well up, to catch up, to match up, to make up, to slake these bones, shake them up in shapely shapes, bone flight in the air, the bones in the shape, in the light of a wolf, the wolf shapes, swish, wolf is, wolf this simply put, these bones are longing together, belonging together, rock together as lips do, the top and the bottom, well into swell to fulfill the will, to trip off the tongue, the spill of the spell. fresh into fresh, scheme into schemed, flashed into flesh, dream into dreamed. Swish, woof! Nuzzled to nose, headed to head, necked into neck, furred into fur, heart into heart, ribbed into ribs, bellied to belly, hipped into hips, legged into legs, tailed into tail, embodied in body, poured into pores. Here's to ears, uplifted, pricked and away. Swish, wolf kiss, wolf kin, wolf kiss. Oh, I'm a bright pattern. Woof, like a kiss is a wolf, a roar. The final poem I'd like to do is a poem where Loba speaks for wolf. Lots of people now are speaking for wolf, not just me. And I'm sure a lot of you know that. So, lots of ambassadors for wolves. And this tradition goes back in history, of course, to the Native Americans, who had great respect for their wolves. But here's Loba, the Mexican woman, or the mythic woman of magic. Loba speaks for wolf. I am all ears and mouth, all wanting and bonding. The rocks an abacus, slopes a playground, the pack bounding there, my playmates. Through scrub, rockfall and snowstorm, instinct nurtures. Wolf comes about me through the wind, tongues of grass blades, pull of forest, path of moonlight, rush of blood, the shiver of dust in sun's bounty, the sound of cherish, the taste of fear. I yearn to return wolven favours in kind. As I come close to the likeness of mountain, I stand for its beauties, my coat grey grizzled, I howl to mimic storm's arrival, my jawline craggy with teeth peaks, to bring anything down on its belly, and leave red scraps for eagle chicks. A wolf or another exquisite wild creature was hunted, slaughtered, and skinned, to go into each and every human shadow. Creep closer to feel for your wolf skin. There is kinship casting about. Talk of interdependence. It is time to cross over the borders, piece together a change for the sake of the real, the forest, the range, the river, the wild. Each animal runs free if we run free in our original, elemental, coming into our senses. Every sense gone before, every one to run after. Every day yours in the eyes of the wolf ambassador, your everyday wolf woman, Loba. Take a wolf breath and howl.
Wow, that gave me absolute goosebumps. Susan Taylor, congratulations. That was absolutely wonderful to listen to again. Thank you so much for being part of Book Launch on The Word Cafe.